So this is the last unit, 4 and 5. There is a merging of the two units, 4 and 5. So contents are same. Now here we will start from the optimization. What is the optimization? At each phase, we will apply the optimization. Means we want to enhance the efficiency of the compiler, or we can say the better performance of that. Our goal is to enhance the speed of the compiler as well as to reduce the space requirement. Okay, sometimes we occupy the space of the main memory unnecessarily. So for that, we first remove the redundancy from our programs, and it is not done by the programmer, but it is up to the level of the compiler. Okay, so during the implementation of the compiler, here we will add such type of functions so that we can apply the, or we can say the compiler can apply the optimization. So at each and every level of the phase, we use this optimization techniques, okay, or optimization methods. So what is the code optimization? Because we are going to apply the optimization to the code or the lines of the program, whatever we are going to design the program, okay, that is called the code. And here we apply the optimization, okay, so that we can achieve a better performance of that. Now you can see here in the block diagram, source code. Here it is written by the programmer. Source code means high level language program. Okay, the user writes the program. We can say the programmer write the program in the high level language. Okay, that is called the source program or the source code. Okay, it is written by the, here you can say the programmer or the user. Now you can see here, this is called the front end. Okay, now this is the front end, and at the center level you are here using the intermediate code. Okay, intermediate code generation we will do, and after that here we are using the code generator. After code generating, here we will get as a output the target code. Okay, and this target code is based on the machine dependent compiler. Okay, because here we will get the low level language or machine language. So this is called the, at the target code we can say machine dependent compiler optimizer. Okay, here the compiler optimizer depends on the machine. So this is called the machine dependent compiler optimizer. Why? Because it is in the low level language, that is the machine language. So the target code here is called the machine dependent compiler optimizer. Before that we use the code generator, and again before that we are applying the intermediate codes. And what is the intermediate code? Machine independent compiler optimizer. Okay, here we will use the machine independent. Why we are saying the machine independent? Because the intermediate codes we will write in the form of the mnemonics. Okay, assembly language, that is approximate, we can say the assembly language, or mnemonics. We use the different symbols or codes. So this is called the intermediate code, and this is machine independent. Okay, and at the end, why we are saying this is machine dependent? Because it gives as a output in the form of the 1001, the language which the computer can understand. So here we can say first we will apply as an input source code or the source program. Then this is the front end where we will use the different types of analysis. Okay, syntax analysis, semantic analysis, lexical analysis, and after that we will get the intermediate code, and then code generator, then target code. Okay, so that Here, after applying several techniques, we can reduce the length of the code, or we can remove the redundancy from the program, from the source code. We can eliminate various functions, okay, or various expressions which are repeating again and again. And also there is a dead code, the code which is you are going to define in the program but you are not using anywhere. That is called the dead code. So we also remove that. That is called the dead code elimination. Okay. Similarly, we remove the redundancy from the program. Okay. So we achieve the better performance just after doing the code optimization. Now you can see here there are two levels. First is called the machine independent code optimization. Okay, so there are two levels which we will use. First is called the machine independent code optimization. So we can do the code optimization at the machine independent, where at the intermediate code. Okay, whenever you are converting the source program, then first you convert into the intermediate code, then that is called the machine independent code. So we can use the code optimization there or at the target code side, that is the machine dependent code optimization. So where we will get the target code, or we can say we will do the result analysis, then that is called the another label machine dependent code optimization. So first is called the machine independent code optimization and another is called the machine dependent code optimization. Okay, so the types are, now you can see here, machine independent code optimization. We use the control flow analysis, data flow analysis, transformation. Okay, and in case of the machine dependent code optimization, we use the register allocation, utilization of special instructions. So here we can use the special instructions and also we can allocate the different registers, or we can say the temporary register to store the different variables or the lines of the source or source code. Okay, so here we can temporary, we can save our program. Okay, so this is called the register allocation. Here we can use the register to save our program, and another is called the utilization of special instructions. Now here you can see what is the basic block. So basic block is a sequence of consecutive statements in which the flow control enters at the beginning and leaves at the end. Okay, without halt or possible branching except at the end. So basic block, how we are going to define the basic block? It is, we can say, a sequence or consecutive statements in which the flow control enters. Okay, suppose just we are considering the example of any loop. Either it is a while loop or for loop where we are going to check the condition. Okay, so for loop, whenever we will apply the for loop, then we will check the sequence. Okay, or we can check the flow control which is going to start and when it will be finished or when it will leave. So we will check there whenever we will apply the do while or while loop, then we can check the conditions. So different conditions if we are going to check, so that particular part is called the basic block. Now you can see here, just as you are going to write any program and just you are doing the nomenclature, number of lines here, I is equal to my m minus 1, j is equal to n, t1 is equal to 4 star n, v is equal to this, just you are assigning the value at t1. Okay, temporary variable here, temporary register. Now you can see here, suppose you are applying here there is a condition here, just you are checking what the output is coming. Now you can check after a particular function as you are applying or the condition, then you can check the output at that level, block level. Okay, so here just you are using these expression, and now here you can check your output. Then just you are going to divide into number of blocks. So first is called the j is equal to, I is equal to m minus 1, j is equal to n, t1 is equal to 4 star n, and v is equal to 81. Just you are storing this value to v. So here we are going to divide this complete program up to 1 to 4 point, 1 to 4 point. You are saying that it is B1. Okay, basic block 1. So this is called the block 1. And again, you can see here, you are going again to check 5, 6, 7 like this here up to go to here it is written T3 is less than, okay, T3 is less than V, go to 5. So here the condition is again changing. Now here we are using the go to statement, go to 5. Okay, so up to 8 you are saying that here condition is changing. So you are defining up to B2. Now you are doing the nomenclature as basic block 1, basic block 2, basic block 3. Okay, and again you are checking your program and dividing into different blocks. So for your simplicity, okay, for dividing the load, just you are managing your source program into number of basic blocks. So this activity is called the basic block. Okay, after writing the complete program, just you are going to divide your source code into number of blocks like B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6 and so on. Okay, now why we are going to divide these basic blocks? Because it is easy to test the program. Now at each level, at each block level, you can check the output. Okay, whether we are getting the concerning output or not, whether we are going, whether we are getting the correct output or not. So first we divide our program into number of blocks so that we can debug our program easily. Okay, so this is called the different basic blocks. Okay, so just you are going to manage for the simplicity, you are going to divide your complete program into number of blocks. So, okay, then each block is called the basic blocks, and then you can, for the identification, just you can give the name like B1, B2, B3 and so on. Now, what are the principal sources of optimization? Okay, what are the principal sources of optimization? How will you apply the optimization? So in the first case, you can see first is called the local optimization. Okay, another is called the global optimization, and third one is called the mixed optimization. What is the optimization? Optimization means just you are going to compress your source code. Okay, what is the optimization? It means just you are going to compress your source code. Okay, why are you doing this activity? Why are you applying the optimization? Because you want to save your memory. You want to enhance the speed of your compiler. Okay, you want the increase the efficiency of the compiler. That's why you are applying the optimization. Optimization means just you are going to compress your program. Another, why you are applying the optimization? Because you want to remove the redundancy from the source code, from the source program. Okay, or you want to remove the dead code, that is called the dead code elimination, because sometimes the programmer define such type of variables or write the unnecessary expression, but he never use those. Okay, so that is called the dead code elimination. Okay, and if you are doing the repetition of the particular expression or the loops, then that is called the elimination. Source code, that is called the dead code elimination. Okay, so there are several types of, you can say, you can remove the redundancy and eliminate such type of expressions. So that comes under the category of the optimization. So first is called the local optimization. If you are applying within a basic block, so first it is compulsory, it is mandatory that you have to divide your source code or source program into several basic blocks, and you can name those as B1, B2, B3 and so on. So if you are applying the optimization within a basic block, within suppose B1, and again you are applying into B2, B3, that is called the local optimization. Otherwise, it is called the global optimization. Okay. But if you are applying both type of optimization, okay, at the block level and also outside the blocks, okay, then that is called the mixed one. So now you can see here function preserving transformation. What is the transformation? Here you want to apply some techniques here. Okay, function preserving transformation. So first is improving performance without changing function. So here you can see that you are going to improve the performance, okay, without changing function. You are not changing your functions, okay, whatever you have already used or inbuilt the function, you are using the same functions, but you are going to improve the performance of your source code. Okay, another, you are applying some techniques. What are those techniques? Means common sub expression elimination. If there is a common sub expression, you have earlier seen such type of examples. Okay, if there is a some expression and which is common, okay, in case of the three address code you have already seen, then that is called the common sub expression elimination. Another is called the copy propagation. Third, dead code elimination. Fourth, constant folding. Now we will use one by one. We will see one by one the role of each one, and these are called the different techniques. Okay, if we want to improve the efficiency of our compiler, then we will use some techniques, that is called the common sub expression elimination. Second is called the copy propagation. Third is called the dead code elimination. And fourth is called the constant folding. Now, first, just we are going to consider that is called the common sub expression elimination. Then, some example we have already seen in case of the three address code. An occurrence of an expression E is common sub expression if E was previously computed. Okay, if we will use any expression again and again, then we can say that is the common sub expression. Okay, so we must remove that common sub expression, and the values of variables in E have not changed. So there are several expressions in which or those contains the common sub expressions. Then there is a need arise to eliminate that to enhance the efficiency of the compiler. So this is one of the important point, how we will remove the common sub expression. Now another point is called the copy propagation. Now you can see just you are going to assign some value. Okay, then for assigning those values, you here define some temporary variables. Okay, now you can see here an idea behind this technique is to use G for F whenever possible after the copy of F colon equal G. Here you are going to assign the value of G to another variable F. Okay, so such type of expression is called the copy propagation, copy expression. Now you can see, for example, here before applying the technique, here you have x is equal to, just I am reading here, x equal to t3. So this is another temporary variable t3, and you are going to assign the value of t3 to x. Okay, now here you can see a t7 is equal to t5. Just we are considering any previous values, we are not aware by these. A t10 is equal to x. Now go to B2 means basic block 2. So this is just a portion. This is a portion of any source program. Okay, just you can consider here it is a part or section, or we can say any basic block of any source code or source program. Now here it is written go to B2 means basic block 2. You have to move or you have to jump to another basic block 2. Now you can read x is equal to t3, a t7, t5, e t10 is equal to again x, and go to b2. But if we will apply this copy propagation, now we can see here after, okay, it is written after applying copy propagation. Now x is equal to t3, a t7 is equal to t5. Okay, no problem, it is already written. A t10 is equal to x. So now here no need to write again x, because here we have already used a variable t3. Okay, now there is a need arise to replace this x by t3. So this is called the copy propagation. Just you are considering this value, this t3, because you have already assigned a temporary variable, and after assigning you are again writing here x. So you can write in place of x already assigned value t3. So what are these type of expression are doing? Don't bother. Just it is a portion, choosing portion from a particular source code, but just we will concentrate over this x equal to t3, and here a t10 is equal to x. So now again we will not write here x, but we will assign the same temporary variable as we have already assigned, okay, earlier. So just we will replace this x by t3. Okay, again we will write the same thing, and here with the red color, just I am going to indicate here a t10 is equal to t3. In place of x, just we are writing here t3. So such type of example is called the copy propagation. Okay, here we are applying or we are using the same temporary variable here. So this is called the copy propagation. So this is an idea to optimize the values at the block level. Okay, so this is one of the condition so that we can optimize our expressions, or we can say the source code. Now dead code elimination, I have already discussed regarding the dead code elimination. There are sometimes such type of expression or defined variable we are defined during the program or at the starting of the program, but it is not used by the programmer. Okay, you are going to define some variable or some expression, but you are not using those, or it is, we can say that, independent expression. Okay, independent expression means does not depend on anyone, and there is a no role of such type of expression or a particular variable, okay, then that part or portion or section is called the dead code. And if we are going to eliminate that, that is called the process of dead code elimination. So for this here, we can remove unreachable code. Okay, here we will remove the unreachable code because we are not using that defined variable or a particular expression. Suppose we have defined above the main function and we are going to write the program in the C. Suppose x is equal to y plus z we want to calculate, but at the above we have defined there as suppose there a is equal to something, okay, a comma x comma y comma z, but we are using the expression x is equal to y plus z, but we are not using a. Okay. Similarly, sometimes we want to calculate the value of y plus z, but after that we are using any such type of expression. We don't want to calculate the value of that. Okay. So unnecessarily we will use such type of code that is called the dead code elimination. Here we can see that they are saying if debug print. Sometimes we debug our program again and again, but we don't remove such type of dead code, then we have to do that. Okay, many times debug is equal to false. Suppose sometimes we are debugging our program and it is showing as false condition, then we cannot debug our program and we will get the same value. Now again we can also apply at the loop level, and that is called the loop optimization. Okay, so we will apply beyond a basic block here. Then three important techniques we use for that at the loop optimization level. What we are going to do, first is called the code motion. Okay, another is called the induction variable elimination. Third is called the reduction in strength. So you have to remember such type of important techniques. Okay, if we are going to do the optimization at the loop level. Okay, at the loop level, what we will do, now you can see here, first we will use the code motion, second induction variable elimination, third is the reduction in strength. Now first you can consider the code motion. Here you are going to move code outside the loop since there are potential many iterations. Okay, sometimes you want to calculate the values, okay, up to different iterations, but we do not want those iterations. Okay, unnecessarily we are using the loop for suppose 10 numbers, but we want to calculate up to only the 5. So we will use the loop condition up to only 5 times. Okay, look for expressions that yield the same result independent of the iterations. Now you can see here, before what is the condition, we are indicating here while I less equal to limit minus 2. Okay, here we are using directly using this condition. Okay, and here you can see after you can use like this, t is equal to limit minus 2 here while they are changing the condition. Okay, here you are just replacing this by again a temporary variable. Okay, t is equal to limit minus 2 and here while I is less equal to t. Okay, so this is one of the condition you are using and assigning the value here up to a limit. Okay, you are not running your loop up to limit minus 2. But here you are applying a new condition, I is less equal to t. So in this case, just we are going to reduce some number of iterations. Okay, so now we can say that we are going to optimize the condition. So at this level, you can optimize the condition. Now another is called the induction variable elimination and reduction in strength. So here you can see, look for induction variable for strength reduction. Just you are going to reduce the strength. How will you use that? Now for example, you can see here a pattern of changes in a log stack. Now you can see B3, this is a block. We are considering j is equal to j minus 1. It is a particular block, basic block. T4 is equal to 4 star j. T5 is equal to A T4. If T5 is greater than V, go to B3, another basic block. Now you can see the same thing on left and right side. Here B3, now you are writing the same, j is equal to j minus 1. Here T4 is equal to, you are just writing T4 here minus 4. Okay, so just you are going to do the same but in another fashion. Okay, just you are going to do the same thing but in another fashion. So in this manner, just you are going to eliminate the induction variable. Okay, here you are using the j is equal to j minus 1 4 star j, but instead of 4 star j, this is called the induction variable you are using. So you can replace by this and you will get the same number of iterations, okay, or value or pattern you can get. So in this manner, you can also reduce here the strength or you can eliminate the induction variable. So for such type of condition, we will solve one or two problems over this so that you can understand it clearly. Now other optimization technique, because here just I am telling only about the optimization technique, but the applications of those optimization techniques we will apply just after considering one example for each. Okay, so later on we can also do that so that you can understand easily. Here just we are going to define the various optimization techniques. So other optimization, how you can do optimization for basic blocks. Okay, reducible flow graph. Here you can also reduce the flow graph. Another global data flow analysis or machine dependent optimization. So there are various techniques you can apply. You can apply on the basic block or you can reduce the flow graph or you can, the third case is the global data flow analysis or first case is the machine dependent optimization. So in any way, in any manner, you can do the optimization. So there are several techniques for the optimization. Now, what is the code optimization? We will consider. So code optimization, we have already seen there are two types of category. First is called the machine independent optimization and second one is called the machine dependent optimization. So there are two types of optimization and in the preceding slides you have already seen the machine independent optimization and also the case of the machine dependent optimization. Okay. So our target is the program must run faster or occupy less space. Okay, because there is a contention of the, or we can say the confliction of the space requirement or the memory requirement. So the program must be run faster and occupy the less space, or we can apply the both cases. Okay, we need that our program must run faster as well as it must occupy the less space. Okay, so if we will apply such type of transformation to a program, then we can improve or enhance the speed of our compiler, or we can say efficiency of our compiler. Okay, then you have already studied how we will do the optimization. So during applying the several techniques of the optimization, we will remove the redundancy in the program. Okay, and ultimately we will achieve our goal. So our goal is that our source program must occupy less space and must run faster. So when the program will run faster, if we will remove the redundancy from the program, or we will remove the dead code whatever we have already used during writing our program, or the unnecessary statements, or we can say the loops, unnecessary iteration of the loops. Okay, so we will also use the data analysis. Suppose we are uh, doing the data analysis, and for that we are using different types of loops, even though there is no need to use the iteration up to a particular limit. Okay, before that, before reaching the iteration up to the particular limit, we are able to get our answer or the output. Then there is no need to run our program up to that particular iterations. Okay, so in this case, we will remove the condition and we can apply the optimization at the loop level. Okay, and under such condition, we can improve the speed of the compiler. Now you can ask any question here. If you have any query, then welcome. Please ask any question. Okay, I am taking your attendance here. Now, if you have any problem, then can ask. Any question from your side, please. Welcome. Any question? Let me know. Don't worry for the upload. Dear Irshad Malik, any question?
जी sir.
Any question? Any query?
No sir.
Okay.